Hey there, happy Tuesday everyone. Thanks so much for joining me for another craft night with friends. Tonight we are working on the Mandala Love embroidery. We finished our cute little fox last night, so we have him right here. I'll show you guys that if you missed last night. All right, thanks for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together for about an hour here. All right, we are working on that Mandala Love embroidery. This is a project that I've had unfinished for at least a year. And it's time for it to be done. So let's get cracking on that tonight. We might get close to finishing. I think we might have one more day with it, but we'll see. All right, let's get going. All right, here we are. I'm gonna get you lower here again. Okay, so this is the tea towel. This was an embroidery of the month for last year, and I'm not quite done with it yet, so it's been taking a long time for sure. I just let it go for a while, and now I'm just trying to finish it up so we can have another finished project here. So I didn't pull up the PDF, but I did pull up just the listing in my shop for it. Here's one of the images. So here's it finished, but I'm already noticing that I already messed up because I didn't have the pattern last time we worked on it. These little flourishes here, I was supposed to do, whenever it was pink, like the pink word love, I was supposed to do a blue little flourish and just red on the blue loves, but I did all red. So we're going to just continue doing all red, and then I just wanted to see what color this top part was, and it's the light gray. So I have that nearby. And that's just going to kind of be my little reference tool. So, all right, let's get this in the hoop. So my plan after this project is I want to stitch some of my new floral embroideries with you. So I think I might do some of these live. I did post these for a pre-order, so they are available now, and right when we get them done, I will start shipping them. These are actually my sample pieces. I'm stitching these. This is what will be used for photography for the cover. So you can help stitch help me make decisions. I haven't decided everything on these yet. But you can help me make decisions, and we'll work on these cover pieces. So I have a lily to do yet, poppies, and coral bells to stitch yet, plus I'm not done with my zinnias yet here. Gladiolus are done, but we don't have those zinnias yet. So after we get done with this mandala, which I think will go hopefully pretty quickly, tomorrow at the latest. Maybe we take the stick and stitch off tomorrow. That's this sticker right here, and start those flower embroideries. But I'm excited to have them up for pre-order now. I'm not really announcing it except you guys here who are live. So yours will ship first for sure. And yeah. And then you guys can help me with some decision making, because there's some stitches I'm not sure which ones I want to use yet on some of them, and some colors that I'm a little unsure of yet. So you can help me with that. And those decisions will go in the final piece. All right, so I'm plopping this in the hoop, and we will get ready to stitch. So if you're wondering what this, film is on top of it, this is it's a product called Stick and Stitch. It's helpful to transfer a design, and now my designs are basically pre-printed, but if you're using a PDF, like for example, I'm stitching on a tea towel here, so I didn't have it pre-printed. So instead of tracing the design, you can get this product called Stick and Stitch, and you can print the design. So this is just printed with a laser printer, and then you can stitch right through it, and it comes off with water. So we'll probably be doing that tomorrow. All right, here's all my floss hanging out here. Let's grab some red little bit of a mess here. So I'm going to start by just trying to finish. I guess I'm bumping up to these red dots here. So like finishing these little flourishes, then red dots, flourish, red dots, flourish. And actually, it looks like over here I have some French knots that are unfinished yet as well. So doing one loop around here, and then we'll be at that final gray at the end. All right, so I believe I'm stitching with 3 strands, so I'm going to get about 24 inches of floss here. Boop. And let's separate our 6 strands into 3. 1, 2, 3. Get them back together. And I think I might just go without the thread conditioner tonight. Although it smells so good, maybe I'll use it a little bit. Oh, Lynn, I think it's working on Facebook. I would try restarting Facebook maybe. I don't know if I want this one tonight. I think I'm gonna go with the Alpine scented one tonight. I'm still testing my brother's this one. Thread conditioner yet. Not really testing it. Now I'm just full on enjoying it, I suppose. We've been testing it the last few days. Kind of makes a scented embroidery, which I like. Fun. How long have I been working on this one? So ultimately, this is probably maybe hour 9, 8 or 9, if I had to guess. So really, it's been over a year, right? So we started this a long time ago, and for the embroidery of the month last year. I don't remember what month it was, but we started it then. And I usually stitch it for 5 days during the week, so that's 5 hours worth. And I didn't get it done. So we had, I think, a couple more sessions. Maybe we just did like 2 more sessions. So maybe this is hour 8. So maybe we have 7 hours into it, and this is hour 8. That sounds maybe about right. So 8 hours into this puppy. It is very detailed. There's a lot of surface area to it for sure. I'm gonna make my thread a little bit shorter here. So I think that's what's been keeping it, is it's just got a lot going on. But I really like this one though too. Alright. I'm going to try and go super speed as much as I can through this design, just because I would love to get it done and remove the stick and stitch. So we'll have to do that tomorrow. I didn't prep water like I said I was going to. I was finishing up a TikTok, and then I forgot till just now that I need the water to get rid of the stick and stitch, but I actually don't think we'll quite get done. There's still, here's a little French knot, there's still a lot of surface to be had on this guy. Alright, so I can't remember, I have to go do these 3 stitches next, these 3 little French knots, and I can't remember if I just jumped up there or if I went through the backs of stitches. Oh, it looks like, okay, so it looks like I went in the backs of stitches with the other ones. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is for a tea towel. Let's see. Yep, I gotta go to right here. It's for a tea towel, and the back of a tea towel is visible, so I'm trying not to have like big jumps if I can get them, like, leaping from here to there. I don't want toe catchers, as they say. Alright, so we're just going to go around the loop, making our French knots and our little lazy daisy stitches. And that will be a big part of the night. And then I think, I think in the original design I did these little outside arcs. I think I did those as back stitches, but I'm going to treat it how we treated the inside here. I'm going to do like a blanket stitch for the outside and then a back stitch for the inside piece. I think that turned out really nice, so we're just going to keep it similar. I think that'll work. Oh my gosh, Kimberly says this mandala looks a lot like the one she had hennaed onto her head. Oh man, after you cut your hair. Wow, that sounds awesome. Ah, fun. I'd still love to do like a holiday related one. I know we talked about that at one point. I think that'd be kind of fun too. Alright, jumping a little further over, and we'll do the next little lazy daisy floral flourish. So I'm sticking with the red. Like I said, I messed up. I realized that I messed up, and I was supposed to do every other one of these blue. So all the ones with the pink love on were supposed to be blue, but I forgot. I messed it up, so now they're all red. Oh yeah, I'd love to see Kimberly. That's awesome. Oh, Amy says happy second Monday. She thought it was Monday all day. Yeah, this is the first, so I'm working from home more now, so this is the first Tuesday I've been not at the warehouse, so I'm getting used to it too. I thought it was Monday as well. Whenever I come on here every evening, I always have to, like, right before coming on, I have to remind myself what day it is. I have to actually think about it. I'm like, oh man, where are we at in the week? And then I'm always surprised at, like, oh, it's just Tuesday. In my head, it's like Thursday or something else, you know? It's never the actual day. Oh, Amy says they look good red. Yeah, I think they look fine. I mean, I really like them. I love this red, and I think it, it doesn't take away by not having them blue, I don't think. I think the red is nice. I have plenty of floss, so I'm not going to run out of floss, that's for sure. Alright, getting a little French knot, then we can move on. So we've done one little batch. Man, we are cruising through this strand of floss, though. I might be able to do one more kind of group. We'll see. Boop. Alright. Jumping on to the next spot. So I'm just going to weave in the ends a little bit there. I think that's really all I need to do. Yep, and then we're just going to go round and round and round. The nice thing about this design compared to, we finished the little foxy feller, Raspberry the Fox, last night. So the nice thing about this is that no matter what way I turn, it's always going to look upright. So I don't have to kind of make an effort to stay upright. Oh, Kimberly says she hopes I put this one into a frame. I know it did take a long time, right? And it should be preserved a little bit. It is on a tea towel, so I'm making it as a functional piece, but ultimately I'm not sure what I'll do with it. Maybe it'll end up as a tea towel. You know what? Honestly, it'll probably sit in a bin with like a storage bin with other finished embroideries for years and years until I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I just take all the ones that are tea towels out and start using them as tea towels. That's most likely what will happen. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe we'll do, maybe I'll have a sample sale at some point, because and what a sample sale, what I mean by that is just like all these little embroideries I've been making, and just hanging on to, and we've got quilt projects over the years and all that. Maybe one day we'll just do a giant sample sale. If anyone wants finished pieces. uh, just because, the more I make, the more stuff I got. I don't know. All right, I think this little grouping here is going to be our last for this thread. So how much did we get done? Did we do this one too? I think so. 1 with the French knots, 2 with the French knots. So 2.5 rounds. So 1, 2.5. Okay, so we're gonna definitely need probably the next piece of floss, like the other half of this, and then a whole nother one, I'm thinking. Because we also have some of the French knots here that we didn't finish. Oh, nice, Kimberly. All right, I'll get this little French knot in, and then we will get a new piece of thread. All right, let's weave that in. We'll weave it in right here. I suppose if I wanted to be really clean on this back, I could have woven in the ends into a similar color. I'm kind of just weaving it into whatever's there. But then it would be hidden a little bit more. All right, let's grab our second piece of floss. Let's get the yummy smellies on it again, because smellies are nice. Helps hold all those strands together too. Oh, could you enlarge a raspberry? You sure could. Maybe not as big as the hedgehog, but still, raspberry is so special. Raspberry the fox. That would be fun to make really big. It could be like a nice big pillow or like big stitching on a blanket or something. We could try and machine stitch it onto, like machine quilt it with that couching foot, like use some yarn. I don't know, brainstorming. But that would be kind of fun too. All right, 2 and 3. All right, let's start with these French knots and see how far we get done this time. I'm gonna shorten this floss again. There we go. Thinking I could come up at the next French knot right away. Like come down and come up right away like so. Except I'm scared that I'll make a mistake doing it that way, but that worked. All right, let's do that tiny bit of weaving in to the next spot. It is gonna feel good to get this one done, that's for sure. I'm trying to think of if I have any other lingering embroidery of the months that I haven't finished. That swan, I guess we just picked that up again because we turned it into a project, so that one was done. This might be it. This might be the lingering embroidery of the month. Oh. What's one more project? Well, the nice thing is, we are here every night, so that's how I feel too. But like knowing that I'm gonna be working on it an hour in the evening every night makes me feel a little less like guilty, I suppose, which is silly to feel anyway. But like guilty for starting a new project. Just this consistency that I've built by doing this every night for an hour. Thanks to you guys. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I was just on my lonesome. But knowing that you guys are here with me, that gets me doing it, and just knowing that I've dedicated like an hour every evening, that consistency. I'm not as nervous about starting projects, especially something like this, just because I know that consistency is gonna get it done. And this one in particular has been sitting around for a long time because we've worked on other projects. But, with the Finish It Fridays and other little free weeks that we don't have something scheduled, we've been getting stuff done. Feeling good about that. All right. Shimmy sham to the next spot. Just weaving in the backs of the stitches instead of jumping straight over. Oh man, you guys, I chose a new TV show, a new binge show to watch. I've been without a TV show for like a week. I like having just easy TV on in the background sometimes when I'm trying to get some stuff done. Not all the time. I've been listening to just chill music lately, but so I started Lois and Clark again. Do you guys remember that show? It's from I checked the date. It's from 1993, which just seems like forever ago, and it feels super dated, but I don't know. I'm on episode 2, and I'm way into it. Again, I remember watching it, on network TV or whatever back in the day. I'm like, this would be a good binge show. There's probably 1 trillion episodes. You don't really need to watch because you know all the characters and everything. So that's my new binge easy peasy show, and it's been fun so far. I thought it was just gonna be so corny and like way not how I remember it, but it's good so far. I like it. I've not seen The Chair. What network's that on? We have Netflix and HBO and then Amazon, and ideally we'd like to get rid of at least 1 or 2 of those. It's just so much. But then you get stuck watching another show. That's how they get ya. But it's just how I remember it, that show. Fun, easy entertainment. Oh, Sandra Oh's in The Chair. Okay, I love her. Okay, I feel like now that I know that it's that show, I feel like I've heard people talking about it. So I don't know anything about it. Is it like a crime whodunit sort of each episode? Like a cop show almost? Like a figure it out sort of thing like that? I'm sure there's like big character arcs and that sort of thing, but I bet you, if it's with her, I'm sure it's great. But yeah, what? Oh, Netflix. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I will look into that. So the trick, the problem with starting a new show is always, I don't want to take the time to learn any characters. I think I'm going to jump down here and try and do some of these French knots, and then I'm going to have to get a new piece of thread to get these last ones. So I'm at the point, I got to that round where I didn't finish all those French knots, so I'm going to shimmy down there. But yeah, so I rewatch a lot of old TV, just because I know the characters and I don't have to like learn a whole thing, because I don't want to like sit around and watch TV. I like it when I am doing other stuff, even though I do get sucked into other shows too. That I have to pay more attention to. So I like the easy, not having to pay attention to anything sort of shows, and they don't make those anymore. They make like big, dramatic, interesting shows that you have to pay attention to. I just want like the stupid, you know, like Scrubs and, you know, those sort of easy shows. I rewatch a lot of those sort of shows. Alright, I think I have a few more stitches worth in here. I think I can maybe get these next 3 French knots, but then I'm gonna have to start a new piece of thread again. Ooh, it's looking so finished though with these this row of little French knots around here. Ooh, I might not even have enough floss for those 3. French knots kind of take a ton of floss, like deceptively a little bit. I think it's, oh shoot, and I did the thing I always do when I have this amount of floss. I accidentally pulled the needle away from it. All right, rethreaded. Let's try that a second time. All right, roundabout. Boop. Oh, you do that with old movies? See, movies for me, I need that long-term thing. So, like, the more episodes a season has, the better. Like, I just watched, you know, all the Flashes. I clearly am on a DC binge, I suppose. But I watched, like, the nowadays Flash, mostly because it had, like, 23-hour-long episodes a season, so that lasted me a good long while, just sitting through those. And same with, I watched, oh, I might get all 3 here. Watched, Lucifer and all those sort of shows. Those sort of like WB shows where it's just so silly and nothing happens and it's a lot of talking and you know all the characters and it's the same plot every time. Those sort of characters. Or those sort of TV shows. I love all the like really good TV shows out there, but that's not where I'm at as far as you know, those are like sit down and watch shows, and I'm looking specifically for have on in the background shows. John just watched, what is it called? The White Lotus? I think that's what it's called, right? He said that was really good. Yeah, Seinfeld, but like Seinfeld isn't on anything, is it? Like I was looking for that. I'm not sure it's on any of these, you know, TV things, because I think it's still syndicated, so I'm not sure. I'll have to Google that, because that would be one that I would sit and watch straight beginning to end. That would last forever, first of all, and would be super fun and easy. I'd love to do that, but I'm not sure it's on any of these, like, you know, nowadays internet networks. All right, finish that. Now all we have is this little blip here as far as the red, and then we can start on this outer border thing. So our timing is pretty good still. Ooh, look, I think I have a tiny bit of red left. Ah, excellent. This is just the perfect amount too. Heh, love when that happens. All right, what smell is this? Oh, this is that like that peony, like that fresh linen, sun-kissed linen. Maybe it should be called sun-kissed peony. We might have to change it to that. I'm not sure, but that's that one. And this is that like snickerdoodle one again. I'm going to use that. We'll have multiple scents in this embroidery. Oh, thanks, Wendy. We're almost done with this puppy here. Oh, how many strands are in here? This looks like... Oh, I guess we just have 3 strands. That would have been weird if it was a different number, since it's still from this project. Alright, French knots, one of those little lazy daisy flourishes, and more French knots. And then we are done with the red. All we have left is that little gray border. Oh, I can feel it. The end is near, people. It's exciting. Like I said, this has been sitting around for a year, and we're picking it up again, and I want it done. So we'll finish it tomorrow, though, probably, because we'll be taking out the stick and stitch. That's, again, this piece here, this like film that we printed the design on, it comes out in water, so we'll take it out in water tomorrow. And then we'll start those flower embroideries. Excited for that. Gotta get those done so I can get them sent to you guys. We have the pre-order for the flowers up now. And as soon as we get them stitched together, they'll be available for real. Alright, all those French knots. Let's shimmy to the next part. Kimberly, it sure is. Kimberly says, I can't believe I'm asking, is this pattern still available? It is. So we have turned it into our new embroidery. So we've changed our packaging and all that. So now we do have it available pre-printed on fabric. So you won't have to deal with the stick and stitch or anything anymore. It's pre-printed onto fabric. You know, just the same as how our Fox was pre-printed. So it's basically like this now. You get the kit with all the supplies in and the pre-printed fabric, and then we also have the PDF is available still as well. So this particular, how we did it for the embroidery of the month back in the day, like with this tea towel and the stick and stitch, that's not available anymore, but it is available as our new pre-printed. Do I have a fuzzle back here? Nope, we're good still. It felt like I maybe had a knot, but we're fine. Yep, this is one of the ones we re-released in our new packaging. Which I think is pretty cute. I'm really happy with it. Alright, 4 French knots, and we're done with the red. Finish this guy first. Here's the first one, and then the 3 little dudes up there. Alright. 3 little French knots. That's all we have left. I think I put a link to the kit actually in the description, like the Facebook and YouTube description. Otherwise, in our search bar, if you just go to Mandala, just start typing Mandala, it'll pop up. That search bar. The search tool on our website at the top is definitely the fastest way to find anything on the site. Last French Night. All right, let's weave in the end there, and then we can start on this outside border. That's the same gray color as this here. And I'm going to do a blanket. I'm going to treat it kind of how I did the red here. I'm going to do that blanket stitch for the outside, and then we'll come back and do the, actually I was thinking, oh, we'll do the blanket stitch all the way around and then come back and do all the back stitch, but I think I'll treat each one individually. So I'll do the blanket stitch and then the back stitch, the coming back, and then I'll like go to the next one, I guess. Keep starting and stopping at the next spot, I guess. All right, let's weave this in first. Okay. Last up, we have our gray. So let's see, what do we got in here already? Got the blue hanging out. Okay. Let's cut our 24 inches or so. And I'm going to pull the 3 strands again that we want for this. So it starts with 6 strands. I don't want my stitches that thick of what 6 strands will give me, so I'm pulling out 1 strand at a time until I get to 3 strands. There we go. So 2 sets of 3 strands. And we'll start stitching that little border. Let's get some more smellies on it. I like our scented embroidery that we're doing. Okay. So we could start anywhere. I'm going to just start right here. Okay, 1. I'll definitely check out the chair though. Love Sandra Oh, so I'm sure I will like that movie or show. John always calls shows movies, so I'm used to calling TV shows movies. All right, blanket stitch. Let's come up at the beginning here. I'm gonna kind of place the floss over the arc, and then I'm gonna go to the bottom arc, that line that's drawn in here, and go down and up in the same motion, but I'm going to stay so that when I pull it, I'm kind of making a loop. I'm kind of catching that loop like so. All right, so that's the first stitch. Let's hold it up above the arc again while I go down and up and staying inside that loop. Great, so we are going to just go around the bend and do this, and we'll come back on the lower side and do that back stitch. This kind of blends in with the background a little bit now, but I think it's going to be pretty once we take this stick and stitch off. All right, the other way we can do this, and I think I might switch to this because this is actually a lot of layers. Tea towel is a little thicker than what I'm used to, so it's a lot more to push through with my finger, and I don't want to use a thimble, so I'm going to just use the stabbing method where I go down all the way and then up like this, versus in and out in the same motion. It'll just take a hair longer, but I'll save my fingers for now. And actually, this is probably a little bit more accurate, especially with the stick and stitch. Going straight down and straight up. Okay, but starting on this, I'm definitely feeling like we're gonna need a whole nother day to work on this, because it's already 10 after 9, and I'll be here till 9:30, and we got a ways to go. So we'll work on this tomorrow, but this week we'll definitely be working on the floral embroideries, our soon-to-be new kits. And they're the cute smaller size of the kit as well, the 4-inch size. Stitches and we're done with the top. And I think I'm gonna probably weave in the end and start fresh on the next spot, since it's actually gonna take, it's gonna be a bit to get all the way to the next section, so might as well just weave in and start fresh. Alright, so back stitches here, so back stitches for the bottom row, and we'll have one of our little border petals complete here. So it's a little harder to stab through the piece with this stick and stitch on, but I think it's mostly that I'm using this kind of tea towel, which is thicker than my normal muslin that I like stitching with, so I don't think it's the stick and stitch really, I think it's the tea towel that's making it a little bit more difficult to stitch. It's not really that difficult either, it's just different than what I'm used to. Let's tighten this in the hoop again here. We did not see Raspberry the fox in our yard today, but we always keep our eyes open, so. Oh, it poured all day today till like late afternoon. So this is the first rain we've gotten in ages. So he probably hunkered down somewhere. Maybe he'll be out tomorrow. If I see him, I'll take some video and I'll be sure to share it. Okay, that is our first little, I don't know, let's call it a petal. First little petal up there. I think I'm going to weave in the end, though, and start fresh at the next spot. Just because it's kind of a big jump to get there. And actually, I'm not sure I'm going to have enough floss left to do a whole nother one. We're going to try, though. We'll be close. All right. So the next spot would be like here. Okay. So we would have had to gone, because this is where we ended, I would have to go through all these stitches to get there. Actually, that might be a shorter path to just do that, go zoop. So maybe maybe I won't weave it in like how I'm doing now next time. Maybe I'll just go behind stitches and work my way over that. It's not as far away as I was thinking. Oh, okay. There we go. So, sorry you guys didn't see it up close there. There we go. Okay. Next up. Yep, I think it's gonna take us some time to finish this tomorrow. But tomorrow I will for sure have the water ready so we can take off this stick and stitch. The stick and stitch again is this embroidery stabilizer, this film that I'm actually stitching through. We printed the design to it, and it comes off with water when I'm all done. Getting in chill mode here. So let me know what you guys have been doing today. Like I said, it just rained all day here today, just like thunderstorm and lightning. Until late in the afternoon, then it was hot and sunny again. We managed to go for a walk, but I was like dying through it. It was so humid from after the rain. But it was weird to have rain. We really haven't had rain for like weeks and weeks, it seems like. Alright, I'm almost done with this blanket stitch here, and do the little back stitch again. I think we'll have plenty of floss, so that's good. So each kind of 24 inches or so should get us like 2, it looks like. So yeah, we'll have to do a few more bits of floss here. Okay. Ooh, I'm excited. September's embroidery of the month is coming out so soon, you guys. It's gonna be September. Ugh. We're gonna be full on winter soon here. Yikes. Still kind of going super speed stitching tonight here, I think. Thought we'd get a little farther on this tonight, but these little buggers here are going to take some time. I think I'm just going to probably end this floss because I'm going to want to start with a fresh piece for that next blanket stitch. So we'll weave in the end here, and I'll start that second 3-strand piece. Oh, Colette says next month is her birthday month. So she can't wait to see what the embroidery is. The embroidery of the month. Actually, I think it's my husband's family's birthday month too. Not his. John has an August birthday, but his parents and his brother, I think, all have September birthdays. So those are all coming up. All right, I'm just weaving in the end. I'm gonna start a fresh piece. But here we are, looking cute there. This is just gonna be a nice finishing touch here, I think. These little mini border things here, this blanket stitch Alright. Grab more smellies. So that's just a thread conditioner. It's like organic cosmetic grade beeswax with some scent in. It helps hold the threads together and protects the thread from damage from all the friction of going through the fabric, but mostly I like it just because it smells good. Alright, wait a sec. Where do we start? Okay, I'm going to go right there. So, but I'll be able to do at least 2 of those arcs here. But it looks like we might only have time for one of them tonight, so I'll do one arc. We'll leave the floss on the needle here, because then we can start up tomorrow right away. And yeah, man, I don't know. I might just stay late tomorrow to finish up the design and do the stick and stitch, because I really want to get started on those flower embroideries, and I just want this guy done. So I might just stay live tomorrow till it's done, including getting rid of the stick and stitch and pressing it. And then that means then on Thursday and Friday we can be stitching some of these designs. And actually, next week is a free week as well, so if I don't finish those floral designs by Friday, then we'll stitch them Monday and Tuesday as well, and they'll be available right at the beginning of September then. Pre-order for them now, but they'll be like shipping then. Oh, you've had 100 degrees in Kansas? Yeah, my brother's in the Missouri side of Kansas City, and I think they're in a severe like heat warning or whatever. It's supposed to be like 107 this week or something. Ugh, that's toasty. We've had 90s this past week, but we also, it was 90 degrees at like full 90, a little above, and then the next day it was like low 70s. Ugh, it was such a switch and not as humid. It was so beautiful out. I'm ready for a whole pile of those days. Oh, Nolene says we can have 4 seasons in one day. That sounds a lot like Minnesota here. It can be crazy hot and then get 40 degrees cooler the next day, and which is crazy. And in a few days, even a bigger change. Hey, this didn't take that long. Maybe we'll have time to get going on that second arc. Maybe I'll just I have to do the back stitch here yet, but maybe we'll get a second arc done tonight. That'd be good. The more we get done tonight, the better. Because then the sooner we can take this stick and stitch off and be done. Which is what I want to be. I do really like this pattern, but yep, it's been a year in the making. I've just let it sit for a year, unfinished in my little bag of unfinishedness, and I'm emptying that bag out. So really, I actually do have that bag empty. I have like this pretty bag that I just have sitting in my living room, and I had a few small projects in there that were unfinished, and it was that swan hand quilted embroidery, that we turned into that zipper pouch. So that was one of the projects. And then this project, I think there was one more in there, but I finished that too. So all that's left in that bag are just, I'm just storing my knitting needles in there and a spool of cotton yarn that I want to make, that I'll eventually make, I'll knit washcloths out of. But right now we have enough washcloths, so we don't actually need those. So that's not even an unfinished project yet. It's just like a on deck if I want to have it project, which I might start. I've been hunkering, or have a hankering for some knitting soon. How many 1 hour sessions for this one? I think this is, we were trying to calculate that towards the beginning. I think this is my 8th hour on it. So it does seem a little bit daunting. But remember, I finished most of it during the 5 hours that we did it during the week. And it actually probably is less than 8 hours, just because, or maybe it'll be 8 hours total. But like, I know when I originally stitched this last year, I did like a French knot demo. That's what all this is over here. Just like the 3 things you might be doing wrong with French knots. So I have some of the wrong things here, and then I showed how to do it right. So I know we did some demos and stuff too. So technically we weren't working on it that entire 5 hours that we did it during that week last year. So, I'm thinking maybe a total of 7-8 hours. I suppose it just depends. Like speed of stitching. I mean, I am trying to go through it really quickly now. But just chilling with it for some hours. It'll get done. Alright, we're going to go over a little bit tonight. I want to get this second arc done, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those like petal arcs left for tomorrow. Okay, I think our timing is going to be great. So we'll finish those tomorrow, and we'll also take off this stick and stitch embroidery stabilizer, and what we've printed the pattern on. We'll take that off tomorrow as well. So we will have a 100% done, finished tea towel tomorrow, which would be amazing. And then we can get going on those flower embroideries. I'm super duper duper excited for that. Those will not take as long. There is a lot of detail in them, but they're much smaller. They're in that 4-inch design. I think they're about maybe a little over 2 inches tall. So a nice, sweet little embroidery. Oh, Nolene says you're itching for a knitting project too. Just love knitting. It's so calming. Yep, that's what I'm feeling. Like, it's like, oh, I just want to... All I knit is like washcloths because I don't have to think about them, and then I get like a usable object when I'm done, and it's just easy and fun and quick. I can do one in, I don't know, 2 hours or something. Maybe longer than that. It's been a while. It's got to be longer than 2 hours, but a little bit. And just to pick up a row here and there would be so relaxing. So it's been a twinge on the edge of my wanting to start a new project brain. But that brain's being taken over by trying to finish this guy up. So I'm not starting anything until he's done here. But we're getting close. So if you started soon, you might be able to get it done for a Valentine's Day gift. Exactly. That's sort of the way of it these days, right? Gotta start those holiday things earlier than you think. But hey, if you're here in the evenings, just take it out and you'll be done in like a week and a half. This one took me over a year. I would have missed a couple Valentine's days, I think. Oh, thank you, Grace. I appreciate that. Alright, we got like 2 more stitches, and we'll call it an evening here. Oh, and I'm barely even over. I'm 1 minute over, really, so... Man, I'm stitching a little faster than I thought, which is fabulous. I am excited about that. Alright, I'm going to weave in those ends, but then we will be stitching the other half. So I guess we got half done of those. There's only 8, so half of them are done here, and then these 4 we will do tomorrow. Ugh, this is just looking pretty. It brings back some of this like woven aspect of these hearts here. Just the density of stitches, I think, is just relating to those. So that's fun. I mean, man, there really is a lot going on in this embroidery. There's lots of little areas in it. But yeah, so that didn't take long. So we'll finish this up tomorrow. I'm confident that we can do that. All right. Snip that, and here we go for the evening. There, so we have these 4 here to do yet. So we will finish stitching that tomorrow. I'll get a bowl of water and my iron ready, and we will take off this water dissolvable film, the stick and stitch here. And then that means on Thursday and Friday we can work on these little... So here's the size difference. So this is an 8-inch hoop. This is the 4-inch hoop. So I have this one done. The gladiolus are done. And then I'm in the middle of the zinnias, so we'll finish that up first. We'll just get that guy done and out of the way. And then I have the coral bells, the poppies, and the lily to do yet. And I have some decisions to make on what stitches to use and a few what colors to use on this one in particular. And I'm hoping you guys can help me make some of those decisions. And then these are going to be the cover. I'm going to take photos of these, and these will be the cover, the images in the cover of the patterns, when the kits, when they release. So I have them on pre-order right now, and you guys will be the first to get them, because I'm only telling you guys right now before they're out for real. But all right, so first things first, we'll finish this up tomorrow and see how that goes. All right. So yeah, so thank you guys again for joining me, and thanks for sitting through me trying to finish up this embroidery from a year ago. It feels good to have it on the cusp of being done. I'm super stoked. So check out the kit if you're interested, and also the fox embroidery of the month, the summer fox, is going to be around just to the end of the month. So that's I think Wednesday. That's Wednesday's the first of not tomorrow, but next week Wednesday is the 1st of September, and we'll have our new pattern available. So all right, you guys, thanks again so much, and I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Have a fabulous rest of the evening. Good night.